Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing one of the quietest debuts from Baselworld 2018, a watch that flew so far below the radar, most mainstream publications online and off didn't even cover it. This is the white gold gem set Rolex Oyster Perpetual Submariner date reference 116659SABR, 40 millimeters in Rolex gray gold, which is a solid homogeneous unplated white gold alloy, 18 karat. The watch is 40 millimeters in diameter. Lug to lug, it measures 48.1 millimeters. End link to end link, that is the absolute distance across the wrist, it is 51.1 millimeters. It's 12.2 millimeters thick and it has a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Let's throw this watch on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist and get a look at it. I mentioned gray gold. Gray gold is different than conventional white gold. Rolex has its own foundry. It smelts its own gold. It makes bracelets, cases, and clasps, and it only uses gray gold. You never need to rhodium plate Rolex white gold, and if you scratch it, there isn't a different color underneath. That's the advantage. Now you can see that this watch wears beautifully. It's not huge. In spite of its gem setting, it's a timepiece with a relatively compact profile, and you can see it would fit underneath a dress cuff. Here's your over-the-top shot, and again, here's your down-the-barrel shot with plenty of clearance on the sides. With a massive white gold solid link milled clasp bracelet. This watch is nicely counterweighted on the wrist, so it doesn't tend to turn over or porpoise if you wear the watch loose. Oyster bracelet, 3-link design, polished centers, polished flanks, satin shoulders. You can see removable links are fixed in place by screws, and then we have a white gold clasp with a lift lock system. You can see there's a beak and a hook, so it latches once, and then you actually have to lift that system to unlock it. That's why I call it a lift lock. And then you have a clamshell lock that's much more conventional with little kerfs so you can dig your nail in and unlatch it. Note the differential finish, alternately polished and satinated. And internally, we have glide lock. As the subs are wont to do, this one is easy to adjust. Whether you're making a small adjustment that might be suitable for sizing due to activity, inactivity, hot or cold weather, you also have the ability to go all the way out to use it as a dive extension, 20 millimeters of adjustment in 2 millimeter increments. So it's very progressive. It's not an all or nothing dive extension. This is the super case. Squared off lug profiles and sheer sides, and Rolex makes the most of it. As you can see, we have diamond paved lugs, diamond paved crown guards, triplock crown, so you have that large center dot with small flanking dots, so you know it's a triplock in gold. The watch is ostensibly rated to 300 meters. It's no worse than 100 meters, though you will note Rolex did change the dial by removing the depth rating. This is absolutely a swimmable watch. It still works like a diver with unidirectional rotating bezel, but that is one note that a couple of folks have mentioned. I noted it. Rolex hasn't been clear about what the water resistance of this watch is, but I will tell you this, with the triplock crown, it is at least 100 meters. Now that we've addressed that, let's talk about carats. Nope, I'm not talking Bugs Bunny, I'm talking gems. Take a quick look at these lugs, absolutely shocking. You have 3.9 carats of sapphires, and then you have 1.72 carats of diamonds. You have 92 diamonds all told on the lugs as well as the crown guards. You have more inside of the bezel, and then you have a remarkable combination of diamonds and sapphires set in baguette form with a triangular index at the top. And I should show you this with the index at the top. You'll note that the first 15 minutes of the bezel calibration actually use a different colored, lighter sapphire. So that critical first 15 minutes of the dive actually is served by a different color of sapphire in an invisible setting. So you can see the little white gold pincers that hold the diamonds in, but you can only see the inner and outer setting. There's no actual pincer set holding these gems in place. They seem to be slotted in and stuck. It's a very cool look. Now you'll also note that this dial is a little unconventional in that it is not the lacquer dial you typically see on a standard Submariner Smurf in white gold. This is a blue metallic sunburst, a lot more similar to what you'll find on the Submariner two-tone. You will note there is less printed on the dial. It does not have the depth rating. We still have white gold hands, white gold indices, an 18-karat Cyclops eye magnifier, and a date. The watch includes two subsidiary setting modes. One is hacking or stop seconds, so you can stop the movement, stop the seconds hand, and synchronize to a known accurate reference time. And then the other, let's just make sure we're not in the date change danger zone. By the way, Rolex quick sets. They're probably so strong the date change danger zone doesn't matter. But I always heed best practices, and you can see the watch features a quick set so you can rapidly cycle the date. Now, taking a look at the case back, there's not much to see. It's a solid block of white gold. Underneath, manufactured caliber 3135, 31 joules, bidirectional automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 4 hertz beat rate, stop seconds, quick set date, COSC chronometer certified, full balance bridge, and a free sprung index for shock tolerance, and it uses a blue oxidized anti-magnetic niobium zirconium hairspring alloy Rolex calls Parachrom Blue. That is anti-magnetic. It's shaped by hand into a Breguet overcoil to help earn the COSC certification and also ensure that the watch keeps even time in any orientation with respect to gravity. Rolex then cases up the certified chronometer movement and tests it beyond COSC standards in 6 positions, not 5, so that it is no worse than -2 + 2 seconds per day in timekeeping accuracy, and that is the basis for Rolex's phrase superlative chronometer. This is a rare watch. 3 years after its debut, its almost unpublicized debut, this is the first example I've seen. Get it while it lasts. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. The Rolex Submariner in white gold, big bright Rolex Chromolite blue lume by night.